Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to
Welcome. We have your thriving tips.
Welcome to Trips to Thrive.
Trips to thrive. I like that. Welcome. Tips to thrive. Hello. I'd like to see Dr. Fabi for a consultation. She costs what? How much to see her? Do you charge that much for your consultations?
I think that we should have a fee. I charge $250 in order to see me as a first-time patient or as a consultation if I haven't seen you in over a year, which will be applied to treatment if we end up moving forward with something that is cosmetic related.
So do you recommend everyone charges for a consultation?
I do. And it's not just for the time like any other professional, right? I mean, if you call your attorney for 5 minutes of their time, you're going to pay. But it's also for the 13 years of schooling and money that you had to pay the state or the school to be able to get that education.
So it puts a value on your time
Absolutely.
and your service. And do you think patients are more likely to show up?
And your experience. And I found that by doing so, you're able to weed out the people that are not serious.
Okay, so 3 tips for charging for consultation. Number 1, we're going to say, yes, charge for a consultation. It's value for your time. Number 2, have a cancellation policy, 24 hours in advance or so. Number 3 tip I'm going to give, and this is what I do in my office, if the person doesn't show, we take the money and we donate it to charity. That way we don't look like we're taking advantage of the patient and it makes them a little bit happier. Do you have any other tips?
I would make sure that you collect that payment upon that scheduling of that appointment and that you give it back to the patient if they do cancel within 24 hours.
And you also said you put it towards the service.
Towards a service, if as long as it's not medically derm related.
All right, we just gave you 5 tips, not just 3.
Yeah.
Should we charge for that?
Absolutely.
You charge $250 for a consultation? How are the patients going to know you're good?
Well, I also only see patients that have been referred by a family or friend, as well as any physician.
So before they come in, they're already excited to know who you are.
Exactly. I don't see people that just find me, on social media.
Or the Yellow Pages?
Is that where you're still looking for people?
Or is it still Tinder these days?
That might be you. That's not everyone.
So how do you get patients excited to see you? Like before they come in, they make an appointment with you. How do you get them excited?
Well, since we don't give prices over the phone, and sometimes people need to assess whether it's worth coming in or worth paying that $250, my front desk team will have patients or redirect them to social media, specifically for me, Instagram, so that they can look at my before and after photos and get an idea of my work and my aesthetic.
So when they come in, do they already know what they want?
Generally, they know that they trust my aesthetic and they trust anything that I want to do for them.
And that makes your appointment more efficient.
Exactly, because that's what I really want. I want somebody who already knows my work and is not, nickel and diming me or trying to tell me to limit myself to 1 syringe.
Okay, so I want to give 3 tips here on the pre-sell, or how do you get patients comfortable with you before they come in. I think number 1, what I'm getting from you is that they go to your social media, so they see what they want.
Before and after.
I'm saying number 2, they have outreaches from your staff before they come in as well, so they already know what they want. Is that right? And then 3 is they're not nickel and diming you because they already have a fee and they kind of understand how much they're going to pay when they see you.
Exactly. And then I'd say 4th tip is that you ideally want to create a database of raving fans. So that means patients as well as other providers in your area that rave about you, so that you already have that endorsement before they even come in.
And you certainly do have raving fans. Okay, you love rave music. Do you play that in your rooms?
It's not rave music, it's Buddha Bar and Pandora.
All that dancing you're doing all the time when you're running around those parties?
You love it. Maluma too.
So tell me about your rooms. Like when a patient comes into your room, what can they expect?
I would say that first you need to have it in a comfortable temperature environment. So you don't want it super cold because people will want to get out of the room and then they really want to wait for you. I'd say 2, you want the music to be at a sound level that is pleasant, and then you also want the quality of that music to be pleasant. You don't walk into Chanel and hear raving music or 80s music, right? If you're going to a luxury practice and that's what your brand signifies and stands for, then you need to have music that's aligned with that, and then also consider the environment. You're going to be inducing some level of pain, so make sure that it's perhaps soothing.
Okay, is it clean and colorful, the room?
The room also has calming colors. Like we have a light blue in many of our rooms. Some people have light green. Different colors mean different things. So also we have rooms that have a lot of ambient light and have windows so that people don't feel claustrophobic.
So red rooms wouldn't work?
it usually signifies blood or an emergency. So I mean, unless I don't know
you
what
got-
you're trying to do in your office.
You got that red room that night. All right, so the 3 tips for your room, if you're gonna make the room nice, make it clean and tidy.
Yup.
right? Make it comfortable.
Temperature wise.
And number 3, I'm gonna add, have the room work for you. Have it sell for you. We'll have a video screen with some things playing on there. We may have some diplomas around the room, something that credentials the physician.
Yes, I say before and afters are key.
Thanks for watching, and please hit that like button.
And make sure to click on subscribe so that you can stay most up to date on all things thriving.
Like me?
You need to subscribe.